Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So on the docket for today, we have a few American Express tweaks we'll take a look at, plus a new credit card that is not an American Express card, but it is on their payment network. American Airlines has a good status match offer for you Delta flyers who are still upset with Delta even after the revised changes. And of course, if you need somewhere to go with your new American status, well, you might want to consider Denver's airport because they are getting a brand new Capital One lounge. It is actually open now by the time of taping, so we will of course talk about that as well and a few other things. So of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let's get to work. Now, we will lead off with American Express and these quick hits. First one we've been talking about for a while now is plastic. American Express is officially back on the plastic service, so if you're interested in using that, you can now do it. I still would not be surprised if Amex has set up something to block this for working for intro offers. At least, I don't know. I don't have any information one way or the other. It just seems like something they might do. So maybe lay out a bit and see how other people try this to let them be the data point that you want to see. And in addition to that, Plastic did at least update their chart that shows you what payment networks take what payment options. So that is good to have as an updated version. The old one, I can't tell you when the last time the old one was updated. Of course, they've had bigger things to worry about over the past few months. So there you go. That story has officially come to an end. Now, additionally, on the Amex train here, Amex offers, those little coupons that you can get for various stores through your Amex cards, usually in an offer section in your account. Previously, they do give you a ton of offers, but there was not a good way to find a specific offer. Well, now American Express is adding a search bar to Amex offers, which is a nice quality of life benefit. I think they had some filtering you could do before, but search bar much easier, especially because the Doctor of Credit, I believe, posts the really good Amex offers. I don't post them as much myself, but if you're looking for something specific, or even if you're going to just go to a store and want to see if Amex had something for you, that makes it a lot better. So, small thing, but it is a quality of life improvement. And then the last American Express story isn't necessarily a new one, but it did just hit my account, or I got the update rather, is they are updating their credit monitoring or credit tracking system. Now, not how they report to the bureaus, but you can, as a card member to many of these banks, they give you some kind of credit monitoring where you can see your score and report notifications, things like that. Well, I'll put it on screen for you, but the big hits are that, originally they were using Vantage, which is just another form of measuring your credit score. Now they're switching to a FICO 8. It's going to be provided by Experian instead of, again, Vantage was provided by TransUnion. Again, your detailed credit report will also be provided by Experian. The credit guide is getting a new design, new user interface, which is nice. Now, if you do have existing alerts set up, notifications, or like score planner, things like that, you will need to redo those after the transition is complete. But overall, I think this is fine. I would lean towards FICO over Vantage anyways. There's not a huge difference, but I think FICO is generally still the more accepted one. And when you're talking to banks, they're usually talking about FICO anyway, so I think that's just better. And again, these services are pretty good because, for either a no annual fee card or the price that Amex charges for their cards, you do get a level of credit monitoring. So over time, as you get enough cards from enough banks, you usually end up with enough services to have all three of the major bureaus covered. So I think this is a pretty good update. Now, on to other stories here. This one was interesting to me when I kind of learned something. So, BMO Harris, I just said BMO and not BMO because people give me a hard time when I break out the letters like that. So, BMO Harris and Visa are working together on a kind of like installment plans, basically, the buy now, pay later deal. So, they're bringing that to BMO Harris products, which on its own, not like super groundbreaking, but I didn't know the role that Visa actually played in this, because if you go to the article, it's from payments.com, but they link out to the Visa page. You can see that Visa teamed up with BMO to offer cardholders access to Visa's installment program. I didn't realize that Visa had, a bigger role in building out the infrastructure. Obviously, Visa's not doing the lending on this. Visa doesn't lend any money, of course, but they are, behind helping bring the buy now, pay later service. I didn't know that was something that they did. So I learned something new there, so you can kind of look through their product offering. And I've never been a huge fan of these, but as you go through the article, you can say, this these plans are here to stay. These are something that consumers are definitely asking for, as they go on to say. Installments are here to stay. And no matter whether the installments have 0% APR and low fees, if they carry interest rates, attaching installments to your credit or debit card has become a very real category. And there's another interesting quote from the article here. It says, and while there will always be a market for consumers with less than stellar FICO scores to embrace buy now, pay later card-holding customers like their rewards, they like the safety and the protections of their credit cards provide. Obviously, these shoppers make up 75% of the U.S. population and have around 90% of the purchasing power fueling the economy. So I guess they're kind of trying to say, like, well, customers like buy now, pay later, but they also like their cards, so might as well combine the two, because again, everyone knows interest is a bad word, so obviously we've talked about it before. Buy now, pay later really just gives you like a set fee, which is still kind of the same thing, except I guess if you stay on track, it does give you an end goal when you pay it off. But moral of the story is I just didn't know how much Visa was actually involved in building out the infrastructure for this. So again, I found that interesting. But now to another story, this time a new credit card to take a look at. This is one from a company I haven't heard of before. Neon Money Club is they're like a company kind of around investing, brokerage accounts, things like that. They're coming out with a credit card called the Cream Card, which of course is going to be branded the Neon Money American Express Cream Card because it's on the American Express payment network, not because it's issued by American Express. So let's take a look at this, because I didn't know these guys existed. Just means they haven't given us enough intro offers. But again, Neon Money Club, it's going to be by Evolve Bank and, of course, American Express, the payment network, as we talked about. Cream Card, you're looking at an annual fee of $128, which is an odd annual fee. Multipliers here, you're getting 1.5x back on all purchases. Benefits, though, your points are doubled when redeemed to purchase stocks on the Neon Money platform, which on its own isn't a bad perk. So the card is open for pre-order, as they call it. Now you could take a look at that. Of course, they have a full press release. It is interesting. I went to the Neon Money Club site, and I did spend some time there, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how you actually sign up for any of their products, or how much their investing platform costs. I get the feeling that it's not free, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. I don't know. It's just odd to me that you go to a site, I can't figure out how to sign up for their products. The card itself, obviously it's built to tie into the ecosystem they're trying to build. Love a good ecosystem play. I don't even hate the card because, again, if you're going to use it to redeem for stock purchases, well, then at 3%, you're beating the classic Fidelity cashback card. You're beating the Charles Schwab card, Fidelity 2%, Charles Schwab, not the Platinum card, but the regular Charles Schwab is like 1.5. So, again, not bad. I don't know that I think there's far too many options out there to justify a $128 annual fee. For the price, again, you might as well just get a double cash, active cash, just save the annual fee. I understand there's probably a play to be made if you seriously know what you're doing, that, the money you make investing off of the free money you earn or points. I'm sure that argument could be made, but, I like the concept. I find their website hard to figure out because I don't know how to sign up for the product, because this is probably a card I'd make a video on, those random cards that we talk about, but couldn't figure it out. So there is that. If you use it, let me know down below. Cream Card, interesting name. Cream, green, gold, platinum, probably related. Anyways, two more stories here. So American Airlines is bringing out their status match program to win over Delta and also United customers who are unhappy with the Delta changes. So again, this could be good for some folks looking to make a change. Let's take a look at what American has for us. So, straight from their press release, of course, the full page offers over on ProfitableContent.com. So how it works: enjoy the benefits of status with our award-winning loyalty program for up to a year. Here's how. Submit proof of your earned status with Delta Sky Miles or United Mileage Plus. Receive approval and enrollment information for an instant status pass from our team. Enjoy your match status for 4 months with an opportunity to keep your benefits until the next membership year. Of course, you can apply. They have a link to apply for that. How do you keep it? Well, you need to meet the loyalty point goals every 4 months to keep earning American Airlines Advantage status. And then once you keep meeting those, once you meet all 3 goals, you'll qualify for status for the rest of the membership year. Once enrolled, you'll receive more details, of course. So of course, if you look at the chart they have to compare status, on the left you have the program, and on the right you have the 2 American statuses. So Delta Airlines, if you want a Platinum Pro, that's going to be if you had Platinum Medallion, And then, of course, executive is diamond medallion. So you do need to be up there a ways in tiers to make this work. They're not looking at, doesn't look like they're looking at gold or silver, folks. But either way, this could be worth it to try out, especially, I would say the best, folks, like if you live like here, Delta's a hub airport here in Detroit, a DTW. So, it's even easier. It can be easier to get status with your off-brand airline, right? So, because it's a hub, everyone's flying Delta. There are American flights out of here. So, you're much better luck getting your upgrades at a less crowded airport, a non-hub. So, if you're a non-hub, that could work. Again, if you're just really upset with Delta, you want to try a new product, this could also be a good time to do so as well. So if you are considering it, let us know. Of course, if you already with American have these statuses, I'd also love to hear from you on that. How's it going? Is it worth it? Now, again, as we said, if you need somewhere to travel with your new American Airlines status, well, Denver could be a destination. And you don't even have to leave the airport because they're getting their new Capital One Lounge. It's actually opened this past Friday, the grand opening. Once again, we did not get invited, but that's fine. We will just talk about it here. So the details, again, it looks pretty similar to the other ones, but the other ones look good as well, of course, being in DFW and DC. So the hours, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's in Concourse A near Gate 34, mezzanine level, which I think is a fancy way of saying like the second level. Located, of course, we did location. So you've got local food and beverages, from local establishments. They have the grab and go options as well. Coffee selection, which people love their coffee. Beer from local breweries. There is relaxation rooms that you can use, of those little weird chairs that they have. I don't know how to describe them. They do have like work rooms, conference rooms. I think you can actually book if you wanted to, book a conference room at your work, and of course luggage storage area. So overall, again, the two Capital One lounges that have opened have been pretty nice. And at least right now, the Venture X is not nearly as widely out there as the other cards that offer lounge access. So you still probably don't have overcrowding as an issue. You can just buy a pass to get in for like $65 if you wanted to. Of course, Venture X Business, I think Venture card gets passes, and the Spark Miles card gets passes as well. But overall, not too bad. I do think, the thing I like about Capital One to a degree is they seem to know who they really are from the standpoint of, a lot of people just want to go do the grab and go thing and just save money and not have to go eat airport food, pay for airport food. So I do think the grab and go is a real thing, a real perk, and I do think other lounges, being Sky Clubs and Centurion lounges for sure, even though just having grab and go might seem like a little lowbrow, it might be the answer to overcrowding, because I think that's really what people want. Can I just get some food and go? So I do think they're onto something with that. It seems like a nice lounge that fits the appropriate price point of the card. That's also, I'll say, a realistic lounge, right? They didn't try to go over the top, Centurion style, or even some of the Sky Club refreshes. It's nice, but again, we understand why you're really here, so why don't we just make it really easy to get the stuff you want? Of course, if you want to stay, then we have other stuff as well. I really think that is a format others could take a look at, but again, I don't think that format fits the aesthetic or the lifestyle choice that the other lounges are going for. But I do commend Capital One for that. And it will be interesting to see. It'll probably take a few years, but how long before they roll back being able to buy day passes, just outright? Because we used to be able to do that to other lounges, and now you can't. Maybe Lounge Buddy, but you can't really do that. But I think they're going to have a ways to go. But the way they brought out the Venture X business to the mainstream, I think you give it a few years, and I'm just really interested to see, one, how they keep building out the network, where the other lounges come in with a timeline on that, and number two, how do they manage overcrowding? This one is almost 11,000 square feet, which is really good size, but they do have the benefit of going last, so they can see the problems that the other lounges had, and they can figure out well in advance how they want to deal with them. And I think that is an advantage that doesn't really get talked about enough. Of course, they still have to do something with the advantage, but that's for future shows to talk about. Anyways, guys, that has been the news for this week. So, of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel, because we're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and every single day over on profitablecontent.com. That is the channel's blog, where we not only have the latest news stories like this, we have bank promotions, and we have credit card offers. So if this Capital One lounge sounds nice to you, we've got Venture X, we've got Venture X Business. You can learn more over there should you be interested. Of course, all those elevated chase offers. well, we've got those as well. So go ahead, take a look. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon this week.